Good morning, everybody. Happy NFL Thursday. I'm going to have to adjust my phone here a little bit. I have a slightly different setup today, but that's okay. Bear with me. We have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about, once again, Ben Simmons. Apparently, there was a trade to send him to Brooklyn, but KD stepped in and said no. And then Chris is going to tell us about how Doc Rivers is still praying that Ben Simmons will come around. So we're going to get into all that. But first, please do me a favor. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. And now here's the Fumble Squad. I'm your girl, Jackie Ray. You can follow me on all social media at JRayTheFanatic.
It's your boy, Chris. You can find me everywhere at CK2K. Jackie, you all right over there?
No. Let me just be honest. Not even a little bit. I'm trying to get everything all situated. I had it all situated, and then it like dropped right when the music started. I was like, oh, damn. But that's okay. We going to get through it.
We going to be all right.
Days. Yeah, we're going to be all right. We need that song in the background. Like, we going to be all right. It's going to be fine.
That's Thursday. That's Thursday punishing you for not calling it by its name, calling it Friday Eve. Thursday upset with you, man.
Oh, okay. I see
it might be Thursday
there.
coming at you.
You might be right.
Yeah, man. Everything is a conspiracy.
My bad, Thursday. My bad, Thursday. You are Thursday. You are not Friday Eve. This is my bad. All right, but let's get into this first need to know news, because this one is one of those things that I'm like, I'm really kind of tired of hearing all these Ben Simmons talks but it's the world we live in right now. And like I said before, we're going to hear about it until there's nothing to hear about, until they figure out what they're doing and actually make the trade. This is the world we're going to live in. But apparently, we remember that there was a talk that the 76ers wanted to try to make a bid for James Harden. In my opinion, 76ers are constantly going after players that are a much higher level than Ben Simmons. That's just my personal opinion. And apparently, if you believe Stephen A. Smith, they did that again. And there was apparently, it almost happened. So take a look at this clip from Stephen A. Smith.
Times this has happened that hasn't been reported, and the guy comes back. So listen, we're going to go through it. We're going to always.
I don't think that's the
team, but I can tell you.
I don't think that's the right clip. But basically, Stephen A. said,
here's another thing that could have happened. Kyrie could have ended up in Philly. Sean Marks couldn't do that because KD wasn't having it. KD wasn't having it. KD like, Kyrie everything ain't going no damn place. Because let me tell you something right now. Philadelphia might have said no, but I assure you, if it were not for Kevin Durant, the Brooklyn Nets would be interested in making that deal. Because
So I hear the side from Chris already, but it gets better, because he also went on to say, I didn't get that whole clip, for timing wise, but he also went on to say that if that trade was made, it's a wrap, that the Brooklyn Nets 100% win the championship because of Ben's defensive prowess, which is crazy to me, because you essentially are also going to lose 12 to 14 points per game, and you don't have somebody who can perform in clutch situations. So this to me was just one of those situations that doesn't make a lot of sense for it to be true. But Chris, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, to that last point, I do think Ben Simmons on a team would be nasty, because he doesn't have to worry about scoring. He would not have to worry about scoring with James Harden and Kevin Durant. They can do their damn thing. But as far as this whole thing, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I heard when Stephen A. Smith was talking about it, that the thing was, it's like I don't know. It's like he wanted to throw something out there just for us to talk about and for us to think about, even though it was not going to happen. He said it himself. He said that the Nets, or that the Sixers and the Nets were looking at a deal for Kyrie Irving, but Kevin Durant would not have let that happen. So what are we talking about? What are we actually talking about? We know that this was not going to happen. I hate that I defend these damn Brooklyn Nets players, but here we go again. I hate that Kyrie Irving, because of his past, gets thrown into all of these trade situations after having a not disappointing, but up and down year. Every time he has an up and down year, the next conversation is trading Kyrie Irving. I think that's whack. I mean, of course, I would love to see him leave Brooklyn the way that he got it. not winning a championship. That'd be phenomenal. But then the basketball hat comes on, and I'm just thinking, like, Kyrie, look, I get it, but at the same time, it's too much. And I think this is another one of those instances. Can the kid, outside of being with LeBron James, be in a spot where he can just set his roots and see what's to come? So I feel like to throw him in these rumors are whack, and also to give Kevin Durant all that kind of credit, like he's the one that viewed the trade, that's also too much for me. I'm not a fan of that as well. But Kyrie Irving ain't going nowhere. He's not going anywhere unless Kyrie Irving says he you know, the stars don't align and he's not feeling what Brooklyn is giving anymore and he's ready to take his time somewhere else. Until that comes out, Kyrie Irving ain't going nowhere. They got a good team over there. Why the hell do we mess that up?
Right. So I do have one asset that I kind of agreed with, and it's just one of those things where I'm like, okay, it's exactly what you said. It's one of those situations where I don't necessarily agree that it's a good look, but he says for the ones getting on Stephen A, let's not forget now, 3 weeks ago, it was rumored that the Nets was willing to trade Kyrie. Right. It's true Philly and Brooklyn was in talks. Who knows? We can only speculate because those are only rumors. So I don't doubt that this might have been a trade that was on the table. For me, it's just weird that for Brooklyn to consider it. I know what you're saying that, Ben would be nasty over there because he's not, he wouldn't have to score. However, this is a situation that was built to be what it is. And I just don't think that especially with the injuries that plagued them last season, I don't think you just give up on that. I think this is going to work. I think that Brooklyn is in contention to win it all without Ben Simmons. And maybe it's just me. I don't see it like you. I don't see that going up. I don't see those chances improving with Ben Simmons. But you think it would be a good look?
Yeah, 100%, 1,000%. If Ben Simmons, all he has to do is be the point forward that he is, play defense, and facilitate to Kevin Durant, James Harden, Blake Griffin. Like, he has all these weapons. Like, this is what I'm saying. That's the perfect world for Ben Simmons, where the eyes aren't on him to score, as it is in Philly. He's the number 2 on that team, so you need him to provide those same points along with Joel Embiid. If he could just go out there, guard, because most teams' best player is at the point guard position. Ben Simmons goes out there and lock that man up and then let James Harden and KD cook, and then Ben Simmons, all he has to do is give you about 18 points. That'd be scary. That'd be really scary. And say what you will, I mean, outside of his first few seasons, he's a lot more durable as of late. Well, that's not true. I forgot about last year, but whatever. But regardless, so I feel like he'd be a little bit more on the court than what we've been seeing with Kyrie Irving. If that scenario happened, I think he would have been nasty there, because now you're not saying, Ben Simmons, give me 25 a night. Ben Simmons, you have to shoot the ball. You're not saying that no more, because you're not looking at him. You're looking at James Harden. You're looking at KD. Those are the guys looking at score the ball. Like, oh, yeah, and Ben Simmons is there. I think it'd be nasty. But that's not to say that with what they have right now, I don't believe that they're a chance. I'm not saying that. I'm just agreeing in the point that if they did have Ben Simmons, I think that would push them in the right direction the same way, because the ability of his defensive ability, I think that's something that we don't give enough credit for. The man is 6'10", guarding point guards. Like, that's crazy. That'd be absolutely insane. That'd be a matchup problem for your Lakers. But again, I'm going to take a little note from Jackie from yesterday. Matter of fact, now I'm thinking about it and hearing this over again. Nets, go ahead and trade away Kyrie Irving, man. Go ahead, get rid of him. You're right. I forgot about these damn rumors. It makes the most sense. Just blow it up. It's not working. You tried it, so it's probably time to get rid of Kyrie Irving. Get rid of him. You're right. I'm so sorry for getting away Sean Marks. Trade away Kyrie Irving. Check with Orlando. Maybe they'll give you something. I don't know.
He's just Kyrie, whatever you want to do. It's some guy named Kyrie.
Whatever.
Who is Kyrie without LeBron anyway? I mean, whatever. So look, don't come for me in the chat. That was clearly sarcasm and a joke. I actually love Kyrie, but I'm just not a Ben Simmons fan. I think you did make a good point, though. I think maybe there's too much pressure on him in Philly to be the scoring point guard that we're used to. Maybe he does need to be in a situation where there's a bunch of scorers around him. I just don't know how we'll have to see. I don't know. This Ben Simmons situation is getting on.
We won't see it. He's not going to get traded to Brooklyn. We're not going to see it. We're not going to see it. This is Stephen A. Smith.
But where else could he go where the pressure isn't on him to score? That's my question. Like, is there a place where he could go where all of a sudden the pressure to score has been alleviated? You can just go out there and be yourself. I don't see a team where that's a thing. If any team brings you on now, they're bringing you on because they want you to put points on the board. So I just don't know where he can go right now. So this is just going to be one of those things that the saga continues. Not the marathon. The saga is going to continue. So we'll keep an eye on this one. But let's go on to this next one, because this next one What do I always say? Can we all say it in unison? Don't let your feelings about the vaccine impact your money. I've been saying that, but here we are once again, and now we have Andrew Wiggins, and I think we all can pretty much agree. Andrew Wiggins is valuable. He does what he's supposed to do, although there's some jokes that are coming up that people might disagree with me a little bit. But he's looking at possibly missing a bunch of games because he is refusing to get vaccinated. So just so you know, starting October 13th, operators and hosts of indoor mega events in San Francisco will be required to be fully vaccinated in order to enter the facility. So this means for practice and games as well. As a side note, this is one of those things that irritates me, and I have said before that the league really needed to step in and make some things mandatory because they knew that these sanctions were coming. And if you just tell teams, oh, you know, whatever y'all want to do is fine, whatever your personal choice is fine. Now we find ourselves in these situations where teams are just going to be scrambling to figure things out. So again, not going to be able to enter the stadium if you're not vaccinated. But Andrew Wiggins is like, I don't care. I'm not getting the vaccine. I don't care what y'all have to say about it. He doesn't even want to get the one dose, which, you know, I understand that one, though. The one dose one is suspect. But he doesn't want to get that either. The one dose, if he got that, he would have to have it by September 29th in order to not miss any games. And then, or no later than October 7th if he wants to play in the opener. But he's like, no. So the Warriors like, okay, obviously you have some reservations about this. Let's hook you up with a doctor. You know, somebody who's been on the front line, somebody who's worked with COVID patients. Let's sit you down with this doctor so you can really understand the vaccine and what COVID is. So he sits down with this doctor and she goes into how many deaths she's witnessed, how horrible COVID takes over the body and how it's a prolonged, painful death for people who die. And then she broke down the vaccine and what it means for your body, the 94% effectiveness, all that. And he goes, yeah, thanks, doc. Appreciate you. Still not getting it. And so I'm just not entirely sure, you know, where we are with this, but I do love the jokes. So let me get some of these jokes up here right now. This first one says, Wiggins would probably decide to take the COVID shot if it was only 45% effective instead of 95% effective. Which is funny. But I will say his shooting percentage has gone up to 47%. So stop with the 45.
Too far.
This next one says, shot selection has always been an issue for Andrew Wiggins.
My God. Good. That's good.
I'm sorry. That was great. Okay. This is another one of my favorites. Andrew Wiggins, meet Ben Simmons. Won't take a shot. I love it. This keeps getting better. Okay. This last one. Wiggins down to lose $350,000 per year over YouTube University. God bless him. This one, I had no idea what it was about. I'm like, YouTube University? So thank you for this user who actually explained it. So I have, I think, one more tweet. He says, Wiggins is an investor in PragerU, bro, secretly as a silent partner. And then if you can't see, the person on the bottom was like, WTF. I didn't know what Prager was, so I had to look that up. Prager University is not an accredited academic institution. It doesn't even offer certificates, but it says, hey, if you want to come over here and learn stuff for free, you can.
Yeah.
What's the point in investing in something like that? I do not know.
Yeah.
I'm here for all these jokes, though. Chris, what do you think about
position? And just for future reference, when you do hear people talking about YouTube University, that's just people who learn all their stuff from YouTube because it's free. Just the same. Yeah, I'm gonna say, look, man, I'm waiting for my scholarship because I learned a lot.
Right.
The editing, I was editing for how many years? Learned all that on YouTube. So I mean, like, look, YouTube University alumni right here. But yeah, that I'm sorry, the Ben Simmons one's the best one. That was so good. We'll take a shot. The shot selection one was number 2. But I don't have much to add to this besides what we've been saying with these football. The same thing we've been talking about these NFL players coincides to Andrew Wiggins. I get it. You know, everyone is entitled to feel how they feel. It is suspect in a lot of different ways. I hear you on that. But when it is affecting your pockets, when it is affecting your livelihood, that's when you got to sit back and think about it. If you know, I get it. I understand, but you don't want to limit yourself in, or especially after such a season you had last year. You're finally putting getting more respect back on your name. People are looking at Andrew Wiggins like, yeah, oh, he's starting to look like that guy that we thought he was going to be. He had a great season last year, and this is the team for you. So I don't know. I don't know. It's hard for me to talk to somebody and tell them not to go with what they believe in. But when you're seeing how much money this guy could be losing on, and it's beyond you, it's your family and stuff like that, it's hard. I feel for him. I just don't understand it.
But what about the NBA though? Is it time for the NBA? Because there's companies that are doing this. There's companies that, for example, NBC, sometimes I freelance for them and they've already told me, yes, you're still doing it from home right now, but if and when we go back into the studio, just know you can't even get in a parking lot if you're not vaccinated.
For sure.
So,
for sure.
You know, there are companies that are setting down rules and regulations just so they can make sure they maintain their business. Why won't the NBA do the same thing? Why are they so gun shy about saying, no, look, it's, at least if you're not going to do it across the league, at least do it in the cities that are having these types of mandates about getting into the arena. Why not do that?
Yeah, and that's what we've been talking about. That's the one thing that I'm waiting on, especially in this one, because I guess you can give it a little bit more leniency to football, and even I guess very loosely because it's an open stadium situation. But all these games are closed, so I agree with you. I feel like it should be one of those things where I know in some states it's going to be hard to convince. Like we talking about Miami and those Florida teams and the Texas teams, like it's going to be hard to convince them. But for these select teams like the New York and the California teams, like it should just be one. Like you said, like you ain't got it, then you ain't playing tonight. I don't care if you're a home or away team. It should be that simple. We've been talking about that, and I completely agree with you. And we're seeing a lot of these other businesses, as you mentioned, locking down on that. And I think that's the right move. Unfortunately, it's not just about you because you're surrounding yourself with other people. You could be harming other people, or in that fact, these other people that might not be feeling it because of the vaccine are going to be bringing it to you and then potentially killing you because of it, and that you can't put that on them. So it's just one of those situations where I agree, like they just gotta, at least those states that are going to be as strict as they have been, they got to put the hammer down. And we said this from the jump. The minute we heard this rule, it should be for everyone, not just for the home team. It should for everyone. So I'm going to agree with you on that 100%. And it should be that way because I don't know. It's just so weird. It is weird to play some games with, I don't know, just like playing it back to back. Like I'm playing on a Thursday in Minnesota with you, Jackie. We on the same team. I'm passing you, high-fiving you. But then all of a sudden I can't play with you on Friday in our own gym. Like I just wasn't seeing you yesterday. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just a weird situation. I don't know.
Yeah, I would love to sit down with Andrew Wiggins and ask him, like, you're going to be losing a bunch of money, right?
It's all over the internet.
Like what I just need to know his thought process, because right now all we're hearing from him is, I don't care, I ain't doing it. I just need to know like what his thought process is. I don't know. Andrew, good luck, my guy. It's kind of funny to me, but at the end of the day, I do think the NBA needs to step in and put the hammer down. And especially because if you want to get back to basketball as usual, you're going to have to at some point. So we'll see how this one plays out. But that's all I got for Need to Know News. Chris, can you take us into the post up?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday, not Friday Eve, and we got post up. With your boy Chris, I have to say that because I don't want look, y'all know I have enough technical issues, and if that's what's a fact, getting Jackie, I'm trying to be good with the Thursday God. So Thursday, we cool. I don't mind Thursdays. Oh my but yeah, we have a fun post up here for you guys today. And we're going to start off with Doc Rivers. Now, you saw that the clip had come up a little bit earlier, and basically he is, in the eyes of some people, I don't see it this way because he brought up a good point in this interview. Doc Rivers, he kept it real from the jump. I don't feel like Doc Rivers himself has been going back and forth at all. The Sixers may have been, and unfortunately you are representing the Sixers, so they're going to blame you for it. But Doc Rivers was keeping it real. But the one thing he did say, got some people scratching their head a little bit. So I'm gonna play this clip and I want to hear what you guys think about it. But basically, Doc Rivers, he's saying that he's still open to having Ben Simmons back. We're gonna talk about that, but let me hear the clip real quick.
Times this has happened that hasn't been reported, and the guy comes back. So listen, we're gonna go through it. We're gonna always do what's best for the team, but I can tell you up front, we would love to get Ben back, and if we can, we're going to try to do that. Ben has a long contract, so it's in our hands, and we want him back.
Yeah, so the conversations here are, hey, he brings up a good point. This is something that happens amongst a lot of players in the league, but you just don't ever hear about them. But again, that's what comes with, like you just mentioned, the contract of Ben Simmons. We're going to talk about it because Ben Simmons is getting paid all that money, and he's supposed to be all this that, Ben Simmons is supposed to be. But, Jackie, my question to you is, though, with him saying that, we want him back and Roberty, do you think that it's a little too late for him to be saying that? Or is that what you're expecting from Doc Rivers? What's your take on Doc Rivers being open to a Ben Simmons reunion amidst everything that we're seeing right now going on?
I think by we, he means me, because Doc Rivers came in from day one and said he wanted this Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid situation to work. And I think in his heart, he wants a chance to make it work. Because that would be good for him as well, to prove that he was the guy that stepped in and make this situation that everybody said had been failing. He was the guy that made it work. That would be a huge hash mark in his favor, because we talk about, okay, you're always going to get bumped out of the second round of the playoffs. So for him, it would be just a golden star for him to make this work. I don't know if the organization as a whole it feels the same way he does. And I don't think that Joel feels the same way, for sure. And at this point, I don't know. I mean, you said that he was practicing with Tobias and whatnot, so maybe the players would be great to have him back. But I do think there's a little bit of an animosity when at this point you haven't done what you were supposed to do as a teammate, and now you're acting like a diva. And you know what I mean? There's going to be a little bit of angst with that. So I don't know. I know Doc Rivers. I believe Doc Rivers when he says we want him back. I just think he should say me. Because I think he really wants him back, and I respect that. I respect Doc wanting to make this situation work. I mean, it was just 2 seasons ago I was like, no, this Joel and Ben thing can work, and then 2 seasons later I'm like, nah, it can't work. So
I can't co-sign that. I was on team trade him away. I was like, nope, trade one of them, gotta go. And then Doc came and I was like, all right, let's see what happens. But I was team trade him away. It just doesn't make sense. But yeah, I agree with you. It seems like this is definitely a Doc Rivers thing, but he has to say the we to he's basically doing the work for the Sixers at this point.
Right.
He's saying we to make it seem like, because I'm telling you, I guarantee you, Ben Simmons there's probably no beef with at least the majority of his Sixer teammates. You could tell that Doc Rivers even said that he had a conversation with Ben not too long ago. But it's bigger when it's your bosses that you got the beef with, and possibly your running mate that you got the beef with. Like those are the big pillars, and if that's where the beef lies, then it's going to be a whole awkward situation all around. So I applaud Doc, but I just think you don't know what you're asking for in him coming back. I just think that somebody said in the chat yesterday at the very end of the show that the Sixers waited too long to trade Ben Simmons, and that I'm going to co-sign that from here to the moon. I think that they missed that window, and now they're putting themselves in a very awkward situation. So, again, as Jackie said, the saga continues. So we'll see what happens next with Ben Simmons and that. And now here we are. We're going to talk about none other than Kendrick Perkins. Now, Perkins is I can't put my finger on Kendrick Perkins. I like Kendrick Perkins, but then I really dislike Kendrick Perkins. Now, he says some things like this thing I'm about to say to you that just make you go, huh? So, because this, I'm trying to see what he's getting at, but I feel like it's a bit of a reach. But Kendrick Perkins, back to the Ben Simmons point, he tried to compare Draymond Green to Ben Simmons. Now, some of you guys might be like, yeah, it makes sense. But to me, I'm looking at this, I'm like, apples and oranges. Like, I get they do similar. I don't know. But here's what Kendrick Perkins said, and we'll see what you guys think. Draymond Green and Ben Simmons are basically almost the same player. Ben Simmons is a more athletic version of Draymond. I'm having a hard time with this one. Draymond Green... Draymond Green is in that class of, that vocal leader. Yes, he can ball handle. He does a bit of everything. He's not so afraid to score. Matter of fact, he has a whole meme of his shot. It looks like he's wearing a backpack. So I don't know. And Ben Simmons, I don't know. I'm having a hard time. I'm trying to make it make sense, but I can't make it make sense. Jackie, are you co-signing with Kendrick Perkins on this one? Are you like me? Is it hard to make this one make sense? I'm trying. I really am, but I don't see it. I don't get it.
I love the almost kind of. What did he say?
Almost,
Basically, almost,
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 basically, almost.
basically.
Yeah. What do you mean? Which one is like what?
What is basically almost? That's like when people say kind of not really. What does that mean?
Yeah,
So
right,
I
right.
don't agree. They are two totally different players. They have two totally different styles, and different responsibilities. So no, not even remotely close to the same. I love Kendrick Perkins though, and this is why. He don't care if it makes sense. He just gonna say it.
And
And
that's
I
the part
love
I
him
do
for
like about
that.
Kendrick. Right. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. But then sometimes, like, he just needs to, like, because what I told you all last year, he was showing love to my Knicks, and then he just went 180 on me, and now he hating on my, like, it's just like, pick a lane. Who you with, Kendrick? But
Kendrick's
you're
like,
right.
I'm with whatever flies out of my mouth. I don't
Right.
even know what it's gonna be.
Whatever I wake up feeling, that's how I'm feeling. All right. Thank you, Kendrick.
Right.
We got it. But yeah. Chat saying not even close. My Glock, he's saying he kind of agrees with them. Okay. You're gonna have to explain that one to me. I just can't.
I mean, yeah. I
As
see y'all
far
are into long paragraphs today. So my Glock, can you write us a long paragraph and tell
I
me
know, right?
how is it that
We'll
you
get to it
agree?
for real. Honorable Chairman saying as far as relevance to the team, but productivity, no. Right? Yeah, I agree with that. But predicted, it's just different. It's just different. I mean, like I said, I think we're slandering Ben Simmons a little too hard. Like I get it, but come on, y'all. Like this, y'all must have forgot. Like go check some Ben Simmons highlights. I get it. I understand, but let's not put this dude's name all the way in the mud. Like chill out.
My Glock
Anyways, yeah.
says Draymond does what Simmons does, kinda.
Almost kind of. You're right. You're 100% right, Glock. Yeah, right. Almost kind of does exactly. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, this
I
is a
love
Philadelphia.
it.
This is a Philadelphia 76ers post up. It turns out because we're continuing one of the longest dramas that have been a part of the post up. Now I know I spent some time away. I'm not sure if the drama had continued in my absence, but we definitely were here for the beginning of the drama, and we're here as it continues. We have another episode of the Toby and Bobby breakup because Tobias's heart is just every time you think that they're cool, they have a commercial together that's actually hilarious. Then we have moments like this, and you can see that Tobias is hurt by this one. So Boban Marjanovic. I said the wrong one. Boban posted this picture with his current teammate, and current bestie, Luka Doncic, saying Luka Doncic, my twin brother, with a bunch of laughing emojis. Now, now conspiracy CK is coming out because I saw his shirt. They're not the same. They have the same shorts on, but they have different shirt on. And I almost feel like Boban's trying to give us a sign there, like he's Tom, and like he's Tom, and then Tobias is Jerry. Like, yeah, we're still cool.
Oh,
you know what I mean? But that's just me thinking a little too much. Other than that, it's a dope shirt. I love Tom and Jerry shirts. But anyways, this guy right here instigating the fight, Coach Trey B saying, I wonder how Tobias feels about this, adding Tobias. And well, you can cue the sad music because here he is. What a week. And obviously, outside of this, he's also talking about with his teammate Ben Simmons, all the Ben Simmons news. Like I mentioned, Tobias was working out with Ben Simmons, so obviously you can tell he's cool with Ben. So it's just a lot going on for poor Toby and the Bobby and Toby sob story, the drama that is them. So, man, Toby, all I gotta say to you, man, is Boban's moving on. You know, remember that friendship that you were forming with Matisse Thybulle? Let's get more of that. Matisse, let's have some revenge. But it looks like Bobby's moving on, Jackie. I'm sorry.
Oh no!
I know. I'm so sorry to bring you this episode. This is the episode that you want. This is the episode that when you watch the reruns, you skip it because it's so sad. Like you don't want to see it again. Like, no, I'm not watching that again. There's no way. Ain't no way. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I don't like it. I don't like it. It's funny because my best friend, we used to live close together, so we hang out all the time. I just live downtown now. She lives in Sherman Oaks, but in California head, that's like too far. So
right.
We don't we don't see each other as much anymore. Yeah. And so when I go onto her Instagram and she's hanging out with other people, I low key be getting mad and I be hitting her up.
Yeah.
WTF? Like the hell, man. I do be getting mad. I ain't gonna lie. So I feel Toby on this one. It ain't right. It ain't right.
FOMO's real, man. I'm telling y'all, FOMO is real. It's a real thing. And that's my beef with Instagram, but that's a whole other video. That's a whole other conversation. I feel that. It's okay to admit it. It's okay.
Yep.
All right, so we're leaving Philly. We all let everybody get on a plane. We're leaving Philly. That was enough Philly conversation. And we're making our way to Las Vegas because Asia Wilson, she's hilarious. So I've always been a fan of her personality, but she's out here asking, who wouldn't you let your son date? And she's asking all her teammates on the Las Vegas Aces. And normally I would cut these. No, I want to watch this entire Instagram video because it is hilarious. The answers are very funny because they get brought down to 2 answers, and Asia is one of the 2 answers. It's pretty funny. But here's a video.
Dearica, who on the team you would not let your son date?
Liz.
Angel, who on the team you would not let your son date?
She tried to be all nice. She's like, I'm not going to answer.
I can't say it. I can't.
Say it.
I can't.
Just say it.
I wouldn't let my son date.
Jackie, who on the team you would not let your son date?
You.
Destiny,
There it is.
who on the team you would not let your son date?
Probably you.
KP, who on the team you would not let your son date?
Liz.
Chose, who on the team you would not let your son date?
You.
Dang, she's that confident too.
Who on the team you would not let your son date?
I'm gonna go with you as well.
Bae, who on the team you would not let your son date?
D.
Ooh. Liz, who on the team you would not let your son date?
This is great.
Oh, me.
And then coach like, I don't know, man. Maybe Angel.
So G, who on the team you would not let your son date? Chelsea. Yeah.
And that's the first. Coach was my favorite
one
one.
vote.
Yeah,
One vote for
right.
Chelsea.
Chelsea, but Asia agrees. She's like, "Thank you." No one said Chelsea yet, but yo, coach, the way coach was looking, like, yeah, I'm gonna go Asia. Yeah, it's Asia. It's Asia. I was like,
Right.
yo, that's so damn funny. And then Liz picked
I
me,
love
so
the
thought
coach
that
though,
was
because
amazing.
I thought the coach was like, I wouldn't let my son date none of y'all, but since I had to pick one,
Oh man, yeah, coach. He took like 3 ganders at the entire team. Like, yeah, like nobody else walking through this door. Yeah, you're right. It's about damn all y'all. All right, I'll go with Asia. It's probably Asia.
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought that was funny. That was good.
Oh, that's
Asia
great.
Wilson
I love
on
that.
That was funny. That was funny. That was a good one. All right, but we're back to Conor McGregor. We're back with him. Apparently, the nonsense didn't just end with the opening pitch. Sorry, this kills me because he sings, and it's the 7th inning, or baseball fans help me out, but I think it's the 7th inning when you guys sing the "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" or whatever the case may be. But my thing, the reason why this is so funny to me is because I don't know if Conor McGregor knew the song, so he sticks with the same melody the entire song. Y'all gonna have to listen to him to understand, but it's so funny. So Conor McGregor, take it away, bro.
What's up, Chicago?
He sticks with the same melody.
The mic is back, and so are the Cubs. Let's go, Chicago Cubs!
Oh God.
Cringe alert. Warning. Cringe
Here with
alert.
Mateo, here with Kira. We're gonna sing the song. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game.
Okay.
Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back. So let's root the Cubs. If they don't win, it's a shame.
He's back to the melody.
Let's go, Chicago!
I don't know why. I don't know why. That is so funny to me. It's like his brain was stuck on the take me out to the ball. Yeah, buy me some peanuts and crackers. I was like, get out of the melody. I don't know that. I was laughing too damn hard at that. Why?
I can't even.
People be doing that. I thought that was
because
hilarious.
all right. So yesterday, a friend of mine, it was a friend of mine's birthday at another job I have. And so I was like, hey, how do you say happy birthday in Spanish? And one of my coworkers was like, it's Feliz Copañanos or something like that. And so instead of singing it happy birthday, I was like, Feliz Copañanos. Feliz Copañanos. And he's like, that's Feliz Navidad. And I was like,
yeah, I'm about to say you sing it. I was like, wait, that's Christmas. What song you sing?
I was like, I'm sorry.
I was wondering. I was like, Jackie not co-signing this the way I thought she was because you guilty because you just had the situation happen.
Yep, yesterday. So you're like and I tried to sing it like happy birthday and I couldn't do it. It didn't come out like that. I kept going back to Feliz Navidad. I was like, why can't I do this?
It makes your answer so much funnier because you're like, yeah, no, that's a common mistake. Yeah, it happens all the time because it happened to you. Come and listen, like, no, it doesn't. You said you were a wedding singer, so no, you can't tell me you had this part, but no, you did. You had to answer that.
Yeah, I did.
Like, no,
I did.
That's a relatable situation. Don't laugh at him. It happens all the time. I was like, what are you talking
no, go
about?
ahead and laugh because everybody was laughing at me, and I'm singing the song wrong. And so, no, it's funny, but I happened to be so.
Oh, this was not that funny, but it was hilarious. I found this way too damn funny. I don't know why, because he was so confident in being so wrong.
Hard too. He's trying so hard.
Oh my god, I don't know, man. My son
just
sticking with it. Like, oh man. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, yeah. So Conor McGregor. I'll take him singing over the pitch. I'll give you that. So that one, it was an L. It was funnier and it was a moment we can all laugh about. But the pitch, man, like I said, no one wins that. But anyway, sticking with baseball, I actually love this. Now, like I said, I'm not a big baseball fan. I don't watch baseball like that, but I am a fan of moments like this. Look, Jackie's gonna love this because it's petty. This is petty personified. Okay, so as you know, in baseball, you have series and teams play each other 3 to 4 times throughout the season, or in a row throughout the season. Blah 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 blah. You guys know baseball. You know how it works. So between the National and Marlins, the night before, I don't know his name. I'm sorry because his name is long and it's crazy, but he hit a euro on the pitcher after getting a home run, and the pitcher, his revenge the following night was hilarious. Here's the video.
This is his celebration when he hits home plate. Boop, boop, boop. All right, hey, you got him. This is Josh Rogers tonight after striking out Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Look at it. I love it. Bring the petty, bring the celebrations, bring the nonsense. I'm all here for it. I know again, that's not baseball. I guess that's what old school people say. That's not baseball, but that's the kind of stuff that would make me want to watch because I think that's hilarious, especially since you get to see him so soon and you get your revenge that fast. I think that's beautiful. Chef's kiss. I love that. Sorry, I didn't know nobody's names. Chat, I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm really trying. I'm here trying to learn all the Met players' names. I'm trying, y'all. Let me live, y'all. All right, baseball's hard. Anyways, moving on to the next one. I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this. If we get the picture up now, do you guys think this is soft, or do you guys think this is good sportsman? This is good sportsmanship. I'm gonna read it. Andy Shatley, say Iowa High School wide receiver Mario Hofer stops to stretch opponent's cramping leg last week. He was later quoted saying, "I know how he felt, and I'm not about to just leave him here." The photo, snapped by a parent, has since gone viral. Hopefully, this level of compassion for others follows suit. Hear me, this is not football gone soft. This is beautiful. Now, I'm team you gotta, no, it's the other team. Don't worry about the other team. Rah, rah, rah. But then I thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? I get this. With a cramp, it's something to handle it until the other team comes. I get it. So I'm still trying to figure out which side I'm on. But I think I'm leaning more towards the sportsmanship side than the soft side. maybe I'm getting soft, but Jackie, how are you feeling in chat? How are you feeling about seeing this? You think this is good sportsmanship or this is just damn soft?
It's soft as hell to me. I mean, I understand why crazy things happening on my phone. I understand why other people might not think that, because I get it, and that's just how you want to live as a human being, right? If you see somebody in pain and you have an opportunity to help, you should help. That's in life in general. But I'm not like that when I'm competing. You know what I mean? Like I'm focused on me and my squad, and we are at war with you and yours. So where is your teammates? Why does it fall to me in the first place?
That was the other thing I was thinking. Exactly. Where are your teammates, right?
Yeah, I mean, because that picture, I mean, granted it's not, but it's just those two in that
just
picture. Them. And that to me, I was like, bro, you need to be on a new team, because it shouldn't fall to the other team to be out there helping you. First of all, you got trainers. Second of all, where are your teammates? They were on the field with you. Why is it that no? So me personally, I get the sentiment. I get why people are saying it's sportsmanlike, but this is the level of sportsmanship that I just don't want to see right now, because I need you to be focused on our next play, our next possession, whatever. And this kid got a whole squad. He's got a whole support system. He don't need you. You know what I mean? So but that's just me.
No, but that's the thing, and that's the conversation. It's about 60-40, maybe a little 55-50. What's the math? 55-45, whatever the math is. and that's the thing. Like I completely get that, because I'm a very competitive dude. I know I might not seem like it because I'm a nice guy, but I'm pretty competitive. But also in situations like this, being the first one there in a situation like that, and someone's cramping up, I could see myself doing a similar thing. And then when a teammate come up, I drop his leg and they can handle it. You know what I mean? So I get that. But I'm half and half on it. But I'm with Kevin on this one. Like it's cool. It's all right. Like, you know what I mean? But I mean, I can't go full soft on this one.
Like UFC, like if somebody chokes somebody out, they immediately go and they lift up their feet. But it's also after they won. It's not like they're rendering aid in the middle of a
I see what
fight.
you're saying. I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like that's like, okay, I won. Let me appear like I'm the bigger person now that I done put you to sleep.
Right.
Now, but you know what I mean? So that's a different situation. It's sportsmanlike when they do it, but again, that fight is already won. When you're in the middle of the fight, you ain't rendering aid. Yeah,
not my problem.
That's not a thing.
I think no. And like I said, I agree with that argument 100%. Yeah, to me, it's I get it. I'm on the fence, but I'm like slowly like jumping off of on the sportsmanship. But I get that. I completely get that. I completely get that. My Glock saying it's soft. Julio thing, good sportsmanship. Kevin saying my son's AAU teammate plays for different schools, good sports. So I see, and I get that too. Like we know this generation, like that's how it is. A lot of these guys grow up together, but then play for different teams. We're seeing in the NBA, so it could be a situation like that. We don't know. But like I said, I don't think there's a wrong argument here. It could. I see that soft as a competitor. I see that soft. Like Jackie says, you in the middle of the game trying to beat the brakes off this team. Why the hell am I helping them? For all we know, this could be their best cornerback. You know what I mean? You helping them out. So like, yeah, I get that. I get that. All right. Okay. The conversation sparked the conversation I was looking for sure. But this next one, we got to end with the superstar. And I love when it's a kid that is showing superstar moments, especially since this kid is wearing my lucky number 9. This 4-year-old kid is out here putting the feet work on these children. Y'all need to understand. Like, I understand we see these videos enough, and if people think it's normal. No, 4 years old. My daughter is 4 years old, and if I put a ball in front of her, the first thing she's gonna do is she's gonna kick that thing across the field. She ain't doing what this little kid's doing at 4 years old. This is insane. Like, I watch this clip. Watch the footwork, the feet works on my boy right here. Johnson number 2.
Bring it back.
This feet. Let me see that. Come here. Look at this team. Look at my man sending the screen. He still ain't moving.
Go.
He playing by himself. He didn't have to go left and right. He could have gone straight to the goal right now. I'm gonna walk that thing in. I just want to now after we got good go on JJ, good for you. But now the memeing funny Chris is coming out. Please check my boy that set the screen did not move the entire clip. Can we watch it one more time?
Oh God.
Watch my man on the right. Wait for him. Look at my man. Look at him. He's doing red. Look, he don't move. Look at him. Watch him right there. He don't move it. Send the screen. And you think he moved? He is still there.
Go,
Wait for the
go.
goal to go in.
Oh.
He moving a little. Never mind. He going back. Never mind. He walked the sideline. My man stayed there the entire play. Like, he just like, JJ, you doing too much, bro. Hold on, I'm missing my cartoons. What the hell are you doing, JJ? Like, all right, cool.
Right.
We scored. All right, Mama, we going home. Did we win? Game's over. Like, that was my favorite part of this
Oh
clip.
my
But yeah,
God.
that's cool though. That is impressive. 4 years old. That is very impressive.
Yeah.
I understand he might be doing camps, maybe playing normally maybe his brothers play, his parents play, something like that might be the situation. But for 4 years old, cannot sweep that under the rug. For soccer to have that kind of footwork, that's insane. That's incredible. So shout out to him. That's cool. That's really cool. Really cool.
Yeah. I love it.
But yeah. But what we're not going to do is what my boy did, set that screen and stay there for the entire play. But Jackie, can you tell us on this fine Thursday, what we're not going to do?
You co-signed on it. Yes, let's
Don't
get
get me.
Yeah. Let's get into what we're not going to do. I am curious to see what you guys think about this one, because this is the definition to me of doing too much. So if you haven't heard, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they parted ways with their president of basketball operations. That is Gerson Rosa. They did that yesterday. Now, for me, when I first saw this headline, I was a title reader. I have to admit, I didn't read the reason why. I was like, oh, that doesn't really make sense because he's only been with the organization for just over, 2 years. So, I get that they haven't made the postseason. They've only made the postseason once in the last 17 years. But I'm like, he's only been with the organization for a little over 2 years. He's still in the building process. So there is this one user that posted. Let me show you this tweet because this was my exact thought process. So if we could throw that first tweet up there, if we have it. He says less than a year ago, Gerson Rosa drafted Anthony Edwards. Jalen McDaniels, I can't ever say that guy's name, and basically had a dope draft class. So this person thought that draft was going to buy him at least another year or more, depending how that panned out. I totally agree with that. So I'm like, I don't understand why they fire him. This just seems ridiculous. No, what's ridiculous is how he got fired. So this is just messy. So if you don't know, Gerson he's married. I know that seems like, why do we care about that? Just stay with me. It's an important part of the story. But he is a married man. Okay. So I'm not one of those people that have a problem with work relationships. We spend a huge chunk of our time at work. So that's where we spend a lot of time with people. We get to know them, whatever. I think sometimes it's inevitable to meet and actually like people that you work with. I always say, though, don't meet your honey where you make your money, because if it doesn't work out, then you got a problem. Right? So I think it gets exponentially worse when you meet your honey where you make your money, but your honey isn't supposed to be your honey because you got a whole full-on wife sitting at home. So that's how your boy Gerson got fired, because he was cheating on his wife. That's not even the half of it, though. This is a consensual situation. It's not like she's stupid young, or it's not something weird like that. It's consensual, but this is where he gets really, really, really ridiculous with it. So he decides to go to the soccer match, and I'm trying to look through my notes to see what the soccer match was. But anyway, he went to the soccer match and told them, hey, we need box seats because it's myself, the assistant coach, and a few players that are coming. Can you reserve the box seat for us? So the soccer team was like, okay, yeah, sure. So they reserved the box seat. He arrives with his mistress, who, by the way, is also married. She's married. He's married. They're in the box seat. Y'all do know that you can be seen, right? You know that there's not like some two-way glass where we can't see y'all. We could see y'all. And so then they decide to lean over and embrace each other, give each other a kiss. And then a photographer that's worth his salt is like, oh, you don't say, snap, snap. And then they send it to Bleacher Report. Then it just takes off from there. So then that's how he ended up getting fired, because he was cheating on his wife with someone within the organization. Now, for those of you who are wondering, fair is fair. She was let go as well, which I was the first thing I wanted to find out, because I was like, let's just make sure if they was both cheating, they both need to be fired. And they aren't. So this is the reason why he was fired. Now, to me, this is funny because normally this doesn't get to us because this happens all the time. You know, cheating people within an organization, that happens all the time. It's usually swept under the rug. The only time that it gets to us is when it's a scandal, or women felt like they were forced into a situation, or like you're the, Washington football franchise and this has been going on for years, and then women speak out. But situations like this, we rarely hear about. We might hear about it in like years later after someone retires or something like that. But usually we don't hear about this. The reason why we're hearing about this now is because dude is just not smart, because you used your clout with the team to get this box seat to go hang out with your mistress. And then you didn't even sit in there like, okay, this is just a woman from work that I'm, enjoying this soccer match with. And then y'all could have just went off and did your dirt after the game. You didn't even understand, while I am here, I am still representing my organization and my wife. I don't understand. I don't, I would love to go into deeper details with this, but what I'm not going to do, first of all, don't cheat on your wife. I mean, I understand that seems like some weird thing. Don't cheat on your wife, and then you wouldn't be in this situation. That's number one. Number two, if you are going to cheat on your wife, don't cheat on your wife with somebody from your job that everybody knows is not your wife. At least have it be somebody else where people can be like, is that his? I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Then, people might say something about it, but they're not going to know for sure that is who, hey, that's the girl that works down the hall for me. That's damn sure not his wife. If you're going to be messy, at least be smart about your mess. I don't know how I feel about him being fired for this, though, because I also fall on the side of, this is a situation. The only person that really deserves an explanation in this situation is his wife and her husband. This isn't a company issue. This isn't a team issue. This is you got drama in your personal life. You need to figure out your personal life. I don't know if I'm firing him at this point, unless I just have my eye on somebody else and I've just been looking for a reason to fire him, then maybe. But other than that, I might call him into my office and be like, bro, can you not use our box seats for this nonsense in the future? Please and thank you. But that might be the extent of what I would say to this, because it's not my problem. Your personal life is shot. But you did a pretty good job with the team, and we're going to rock with you. That's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to fire somebody based on their personal life. But Chris, it's messy. I think we can all agree that it's messy. But is it a fireable offense?
No, I wasn't sure if you were gonna go that way either. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Like, you brought up a great point. It is not a good look for the team, especially since both of them work for the team. I get that, but that doesn't have anything to do with the job that he's entailed. Like, they might know that they are together, and some may know who his wife is, but I guarantee you a regular Joe Schmo gonna look at him and gonna do what you said, like, okay, I guess he's just with his wife, cool. Like, no one's gonna think into that kind of detail. So to me, I feel like it was a bit much, and there had to be something else that they're just trying to get rid of him for something. I don't know what the point would have been. Fine him, smack him on the wrist, something. Even fining, I think, would have been stupid too. I don't know. To me, I feel like it was not a fireable offense. I don't know. The T-Wolves don't make sense. Even Karl Anthony Towns, I don't know if it had to do with this, but he tweeted out WTF ... Then literally, it was about. So it did have to do with this, because it was literally right after the news came out. It really doesn't make sense, because he was doing a good job for the team. And if this is the reason why you're firing somebody, that's weird. It's just weird. Like that's not your place to come in and step in. Like you said, it's between him and his wife and her husband. So I don't see why the team would fire someone over that. That's weird.
I do have Jake Fisher. He said, in wake of Gerson's departure, word has circulated amongst league sources that since Summer League, the incoming Minnesota owners Mark Lohr and Alex Rodriguez have communicated that they are fond of Sixers general manager Elton Brand. So based on what he's saying, they have been eyeing Elton for a while. So that's why I feel like they were literally just looking for anything. Like, obviously you can't fire him just with no merit. So for them, they were like, oh, you violated just basic common sense, so we're going to fire you. But it seems like they've had their eyes on Elton for a while now, and this was just their opportunity, which still doesn't make it right. It's still a personal 100%. Issue between he and his wife, and her, like you said, her and her husband. So you guys let us know in the chat how you feel about this, Chris.
because I was gonna say, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, why would someone leave another job to come work for the Sixers though? But then I was like, oh, but he's to work for the T-Wolves. But I'm like, oh, he's on the Sixers. The Ben Simmons situation is his problem. Yeah, get the hell out of there, Elton Brand. Let someone else deal with that. Let someone else do the Ben Simmons stuff. You get out of there. Use your job. Hey, and maybe you can fulfill this conspiracy of bringing Ben Simmons back to or bringing him to the T-Wolves that we've been hearing about. So I don't know, but yeah. I'm like, why would he leave the Sixers for the T-Wolves? Like, why would that be the job to do? But then I just realized, not my problem no more. He gonna have a Magic Johnson. I'm not gonna be here. Somebody else handle the Ben Simmons thing. So all right. Well, if that's the case, I still think that's a whack reason to get rid of him, though.
I do too. But good luck. I would love to be a fly on the wall in his home and in her home when they have to explain how they got caught. But aside from that, it is what it is. So once again, you guys, thank you so much for joining us on today's Friday Eve episode.
Oh boy, there you go. Lights come up.
Watch everything just fall. Thank you for joining us today on this edition of the Fumble Live. Don't forget, we will be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can follow me on all things social media at JRay the Fanatic. Follow Chris at CK2K. You guys be safe. Enjoy the game tonight, and we will see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.
Peace.